A very good morning to all of you. Good morning to you, sir. We have a very special guest available with us today, His Excellency Mr. Kobi Shoshani, who's the Consulate General of Israel to India. We'll have some questions to sir with regard to the present problem that is happening in Israel and how is Israel trying to tackle that. So, welcome on our platform and thank you so much for taking out your precious time for this and helping our viewers to understand the issues which are there. So my first very question to you is that the brutalities that Hamas has recently, done on the state of Israel are really unprecedented, and it's often being said that this is the Israel's 9/11 right now. Sir, one thing is very clear that Israel is going to, take a retaliation to this particular thing unleashed by Hamas. The question is not if Israel will retaliate, but the question is when will Israel actually retaliate? So our question to you right now is, sir, that how do you think Israel will ensure that this barbaric terrorism that has been unleashed finally comes to an end, sir?
First of all, thank you very much, Pavnit. It's really dramatic days in Israel. We haven't seen such sceneries,
Yes.
I think, from the Holocaust. I don't think it's a 26/11. I think then even worse than that. It was, I cannot say a surprise in the military, but the brutality
Right.
that we've seen among kids, among women, kids being beheaded, women. I don't even want to describe it. When you touch the Jewish people in their historical nerves, I think that you will find ourselves in a very, very determined position, very, very united. The retaliation, as you mentioned, going to be very, very hard. It's not a question of time. We have just started our first round of airstrikes, which is today published more than what United Nations made in Afghanistan in 1 year. Then Gaza won't be looked the same afterwards. It's not only a punishment.
Right, sir.
People look at us and they have to understand that Israel will ever, never accept such violence against our basic things, which is family, our kids, our wives.
Right, sir.
And they will pay a very heavy price. We don't know when the ground operation is going to be started. I assume that it's going to be a surprise. But definitely it's going to be a maneuvering, ground maneuvering in such a scale that been not shown before.
Right, sir. Right, sir. Sir, there is also a possibility that Hezbollah, which is the proxy militant group of Iran, is likely to, target northern Israel, and there have been some instances in the last 2 days. So, do you think that at this juncture of the war, Iran or Hezbollah might try to unleash more brutalities and, enlarge the conflict in the Middle East? What is your opinion about it?
First of all, you're absolutely right. Again, Hezbollah is a proxy of Iran.
Yes,
they're
sir.
doing whatever the regime in Tehran tell him to do. This is not only a risk to the Middle East. It's not only a risk to the northern part of Israel. It's a risk to the world. You have to understand it. It's a very, very clear. If someone don't understand what is the meaning, he don't understand international relations at all.
Absolutely.
The second thing is whether they are going to do it. There are three options. Then it's going to be a minor, it's going to be a very heavy, and it's going to be a comprehensive.
Right, sir.
We are ready for all these three possibilities. The first idea was, I assume, that they will, in the beginning, what they thought, that the Gaza will start, Hamas will start a war.
Yes.
Then we will be, and after a month, they will join the war after we are going to, and they make a big mistake. I tell you why. First of all, they make us, this brutal attack, very, very united, and right now very well prepared. The second thing is the unprecedented support of the United States President, Mr. Biden, when he sent the Gerald Ford carrier to the
Yes.
area. It's a very big demonstration of power.
Right.
And he made it in a very clear way. I don't think that the Iranians would like to open a channel with the United States right now. I don't think Hezbollah would like to know what, and they know what is our strength. They were there in 2006 and understand what is our power. But
Right.
right now we are in a very high tense, ready for any development in the ground.
Right, sir.
Along with the American, it's not going to be a fun in the other side, I can assure you.
Right, sir. Right. Sir, this call, for the genocide of the Jews has not just been a rhetorical outburst. In fact, it's like a mortal threat to the state of Israel. And, sir, how do you think that, the state of Israel today will tackle this mortal threat to the Jewish community, which has been in place for centuries now? What exactly, the international community, they don't understand that, the Jews have a right to exist. They have existed throughout the centuries. Sir, how do you think is Israel going to tackle this mortal threat that time and again keeps coming upon the Jews as such?
It's a very, very good question. I tell you frankly, that was the first aim of Hamas, ISIS. They joined them in
Yes,
a Debuta way. It's to bring panic and terror into Israel. But I tell you something which is maybe for you sounds a little bit not logic. The contrary has happened because they show, they give us the power to unify. This is our strength.
yes,
And it gives us, you see the power of the citizen of Israel. It was, it's really dramatic days in Israel when you see families that sometimes lost two kids, and what a behavior and respect and spirit they have. Some kids, some even elderly people, then you will see that they make a big mistake.
right,
The Jewish people for many years suffered from a lot of historical pogroms. I cannot say that, and massacres.
right,
And still we are here together, and still we are acting. And our first definition is to build up a strong army. I don't know if you saw my tweet yesterday coming from the army about this commando, elite C commando, that fought in the streets in the southern part of Israel. What a professionalism! What a sacrifice! What the power! What a pride to be an Israeli when you see them.
yes,
This
sir.
is the result of this brutal attack, and believe me, I don't want to be on the other side right now.
Right. Sir, the Indian people and the Jews, they have one thing in common. Both of them have been victims of Islamic terrorism, ethnic cleansing for a very long period of time. But, sir, as civilizational brothers, the Hindus and the Jews, they have always stood together against all these attempts to dismantle us. Sir, what is amongst the Jewish community, that binds together? That you just talked about the unity of the Jews. But, I really want you to tell us today that how do you people have that courage to get that unity, sir?
I tell you frankly, I don't have a good answer. It's a part of our DNA. I think that, sorry to call you brother,
Yes, sir.
because we are brothers, not only by age.
Yes.
We are younger than you in 9 months. As you probably know, you were born in 1947, and we were born in 1948.
Yes, sir.
After a British Raj mandate, but the history,
Yes, sir.
your history, your culture, your wisdom is like the Jewish people.
Right.
And when you are coming from an ancient people that suffer throughout the history a lot of bad things, you have to understand that it comes along with a spirit. It comes along with a power.
Right.
It comes along with the wisdom,
Yes.
and it's come along with the belief that nobody can beat us. That's the basic. And in order to do so, you have to be united.
Right, sir. Right, sir. Sir, at this juncture, when Israel is going through a very tough time, we, the people of India today, we very firmly stand with the state of Israel and also with the Jewish
Thank-
community, sir. Sir, what is your message to the people of India at this juncture? And what would you like to communicate to them at this moment, sir?
I tell you, Pavnit, in a very, very clear voice, the thousands of messages that I got in the recent days by friends, by businessmen, by people in the Bollywood industry, by people that I don't know in the social media, they call me. It was make our hearts full of pride and full of love to the people of Bharat in such a way that I don't know how to express myself in the words. It makes us very, very happy that you are our brothers. I tell you in a very, very frank way, and I would like to express my biggest heart and love to all these people. You know, it was someone who wrote to me. I don't know who is he. I tell you, I don't know him. He said, "Sir, whatever you need, I will give you money. I will give you support. If you need me to fight, to go to Israel, we don't need it. Yes, this is something that is extraordinary. This is something that show the bond and the strength of our two beloved nations, our two
Yes.
beloved people."
Right, sir. Right, sir. Sir, thank you so much for helping us to know like how Israel is going to tackle the situation. And also, sir, at this juncture, we again very proudly stand with the state of Israel. We know it's some very sorrow time for the state, and we also know at the same time that the state will get the power to come out of this crisis very soon and very victoriously as well, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for your precious time to let us know your thoughts. It has been my privilege and honor to have you here, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you
Thank you,
again to all the Indian people and to your government and your Prime Minister for their kind words and clear voice.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much once again, sir.